For project 4-1, we're going to open up a blank workbook, and in the worksheet, we're going to add several formulas and calculate some different formulas. And we're going to start to learn how that is done, and that's one of the main functions of a spreadsheet. So after you open up your workbook on cell A1, click there, and we're going to type a formula. Formulas always start with the equals symbol, which on the keyboard it's right next to the backspace. So hit equals, and we're just going to put in two different numbers and add them together. So for the first one in A1, let's do 20 plus 15. And the plus, there's a plus button on the keypad on the far right, or it's shift equals, and you get a plus. But over on the keypad, there's a big plus sign. So 20 plus 15, as long as we have that equals symbol in front, that's telling Excel that we're trying to calculate something. Press enter, and it gives us the answer to that. Now, if I click on it, I've still got the formula, and this right up here is called the formula bar because it shows us what formula is in that cell, but it's giving us the result of the formula. So on A2, let's type another one, equals sign symbol, 34 plus 51 plus 22. So there's three numbers on this one. Hit enter, and it calculates all three at the same time. And the formula is still there. It's just giving us the result instead of showing the formula. Okay, in A3, let's do another one. Equals 35.3 plus 41.6 plus 17.4. Press enter, and it gives us that total easily. Let's go up to B1 and do another one. Equals 375 minus 68. So minus is either right next to it's between the equal sign and the 0 up top, or on the keypad, it's the top right corner. Hit enter, should be 307. And let's do another one in B2, 45 minus 13 minus 8. So it can do multiple numbers at the same time. It's still got the formula up there in the formula bar. In B3, so we're going to do several of these, and I'll just kind of talk about what it's doing and why. So see if you can do this before I do it. Write a formula that will subtract 125 from 189. So you want to subtract 125 from 189. So you need to do equals, and you kind of go backwards from what I said, 189, because we're subtracting 125 from 189. 125. We get 64. Okay, in C1, let's go up to C1 and do some multiplication. 125 times, it's the little star on the keypad, or shift 8. 125 times 4, and hit enter, should be 500. In C2, let's do 2 times 7.5 times 2. It does them all at once. Should be 30. In C3, let's do 5, so equals 5 plus, let's combine a couple different operators, plus 2 times 8. And so now, if you remember order of operations, that Excel does that as well, and so it's going to do 8 times 2, or 2 times 8 first, and then add 5 to that. So 16 plus 5 should be 21. So even Excel knows the order of operations and uses it. So in D1, let's do another one. Let's do equals, let's divide. So equals 795 divided by 45, and the divide is the slash. It's on the keypad, or it's next to the shift button. Yeah. So hit enter. This gives us a decimal, and it rounds it at some point. The next one, D2, equals 65 minus 29. Let's do a few here. Times 8 plus 97. Divided by 5. So we have a lot of numbers in here, and there's multiply, divide, and add and subtract. And so order of operations, again, it's going to take from the middle 29 times 8 first, and then it's going to go out to the edge, 97 divided by 5, and then it's going to go back to the left, 65 minus our first calculation plus our second calculation. And it's going to do all that at once and make it easy on us. So that's negative 147.6. Okay, D3, let's do another one similar. Let's start with a negative number, so hit equals and then minus. Let's do minus 12 or negative 12 plus 10 plus 20.5 divided by 3. So it's going to do 28.5 divided by 3 first, and then it's going to go back to the left and then start adding. And should be 4.833333. Okay, one more. Yep, one more column. E1. So here we can, let's do to the power of, whatever you call that, 3 to the power of, and that's shift 6. It's the only place I know of that it's found. So 3 and then shift 6 and 2. So 3 to the power of 2. Actually, whoops, I looked at the wrong one, sorry. 2 to the power of 4. Let's do that one first. Shift 6, 4. So 2 to the power of 4. So that's 16 because it's multiplying 2 4 times. All right, E2, let's equals 25 times. Now let's do parentheses. Open parentheses, which is shift 9, 1 plus 35%. So shift 5 is percent, and then shift 0 for close parentheses. Now, parentheses always comes first in order of operations, so it's going to do that 1 plus 35%, which you take the decimal left 2 times, so it's going to be 1.35 times 25. So basically it's 35% added on to 25. 25 plus an extra 35%. So hit enter, that's 33.75. Okay, next one, let's do equals 3 to the power of 2 times, in parentheses, 1 plus 25%. And close parentheses. So again, it's first going to calculate the parentheses. So 1 times 25%, so 1.25. And then it's going to go back and do 3 to the power of 2, which would be 9. So it's going to be 25% added on to 9. 9 plus 25%, I guess. 11.25. Okay, so that's how it does calculations, the very basics of it. We're not referencing any cells. We're just putting in some calculations. They're still there. We could change them. In fact, if we went in, there's 2 different ways to change it. If you click right here in the formula bar, you can change, if I wanted to change that to 30%, I'd hit enter and it would change it. I usually double click, just have it. You can double click on the cell and then change it back to 25 or change it to whatever, hit enter. So you can either edit it up here in the formula bar or double click and edit it right in the cell. Save this as O4 Project Math Solution, and then we'll use this for the next one. 04 Project Math Solution.